Hi, I'm DeDe. In this seated session, we'll do some limbering, followed by some seated sliding, where we'll use a soft cloth or a paper plate to perform some balance, endurance, and core work. It happens simultaneously. Toward the end, we'll focus on flexibility with some static stretching. So here's what we'll need: a sturdy armless chair, athletic shoes, and some water for hydration. Also, you'll need a soft cloth if you're on a hard floor like I am, like a tile or a linoleum or a hardwood floor. If you're on carpet, you'll need a paper plate or the lid to a storage bowl, something that's big enough for your foot to fit on, something that will slide. You can also do this without anything under your foot. That's your option. Remember, you want lots of room around your chair. You want to make sure that you're not going to encounter any furniture with your arms and legs. And you want to make sure that you do the moves at your own pace. So if I'm going faster than you want to go, then you go slower. It's okay to do that. Okay, so everything that you're going to use goes under your chair. So make sure you support with your hand. You place it all under, out of your way. Now let's sit down, and we'll sit away from the back of the chair as we usually do so we can create some core strength. We'll bring the feet in line with one another, with the knees over the ankles and the legs in line with the hip joints. Sit up straight and tall as if you were sitting against the back of your chair, even though you're not. Let's hold the chair at first, and then we'll do some ankle circles, right, circle left, back and forth. So no matter what I'm asking that you do with your arms, if you would rather hold on to the chair, feel free to do that at any point. Now relax your ankles. Let's circle around through the wrists. Circle, around, and then reverse. Making a gentle fist with your hand. Just a gentle one. Make sure that you don't hold your breath at any point. Now let's try these circles with our fingers open and apart. That's different. They're both equally good. Last 4 now. Now we'll go back to holding onto the chair, and we'll tap both sets of toes. Tap, tap, tap. Lift your toes way up. These moves are preparing us and limbering us for some of the stuff that we'll do later, like marching and sliding. Now let's tap one foot at a time. It's faster. Right, left. Let your body sway a little bit. It feels so good to move, doesn't it? I'm glad we're doing this together. Now let's go up and down on our tiptoes. Bend across your toe joints. Lift your knees up. Let's add some arms now. Bend, straighten. Bending your elbows as you lift your heels, tiptoes and down. Now let's try to separate out right side from left side. Just the right side, just the left side. Back to both sides, same time. How's your posture right now? Are you still sitting straight and tall? The more we practice sitting up straight and tall, the easier it becomes. So keep practicing. Now let's stop here. Inhale, right hand on the chair, and exhale, left arm goes over. Then we switch. Keep your hip heavy. In this case, your left hip stays heavy while your left arm reaches over. And this time, your right hip stays heavy. Go again. Inhale. Exhale. Warming up some of our torso muscles. Can you feel it? Can you feel the stretch? One more. Now we'll twist. Take your arms out. Draw the arms back. Inhale. Turn to the right. Exhale. Inhale, center. And left. Again. As you're turning, you're still sitting up tall and straight. Remember, we don't want to round the back, especially when we're rotating. Last two now. Last one. Let's come to the center. Now we heel toe the feet apart. Heel, toe, heel, toe. Now toe heel them back in. Toe, heel, toe, heel. Go again. Heel, toe, and toe heel. So as a general rule, we're going out toward the corners of the chair, about that wide. If you can go wider and you're still comfortable, that's fine. Nothing too extreme though. Out. Make sure you're turning your knees and your toes in the same direction as you do this. Now let's swivel our arms along with our legs. So we go out, out, and then out. Hands go with the toes. How does that feel? Do you feel yourself getting a little warmer? That's what we want right now, a little bit of heat. So because we don't move like this very often in our everyday life activities, you might be starting to feel some fatigue. And that's okay. Fatigue now equals strength later. Back to the center, arms come down, roll the shoulders, both of them, up and back and down. Go again. Two more with the shoulders. And one more time. Now let's take our feet back out to the wide position and then we'll turn side. You're at the front of your chair. This is one of my favorite stretches. 90 degrees with both of your knees, holding on to the chair with your hands. And then we rock the pelvis so it goes forward and back. Forward and back. Now by tipping your pelvis, you're starting to create a little bit of tension and stretch in your hip flexors. And that helps to keep them limber and supple. It's almost like a little massage from the inside. Now stop. Let's turn the other way. Take your time. "90 degrees with both your knees." Let's limber from the inside now. Tuck the pelvis and release it. Tuck it and release it. Four more. And three. I can feel it stretching. I can feel the massage. One more. All right, come back to center now. Let's come back to our original position that we were in when we first set ourselves up. Right here, away from the back of the chair, knees in line with hip joints. Let's march right and left. Right, left. Now how about if we march adding the arms? You don't have to stand up to get your heart rate up. You can get your heart rate up and get some cardiovascular training just by marching in your chair. Some of the sliding will bring our heart rate up a little bit to get a little cardiovascular effect. How about a little higher with the knees and a little bigger with the arms? Now, as the demand for oxygen goes up, because we're doing more work right now, we're moving a little faster, the demand for your breathing goes up, so you'll start to breathe a little faster. Can you feel that happening? I can feel it. I hope you can too. Let's do 8 more marches like this. 8, 7, 4 more. Now we'll march for 3 and tap the foot. So it goes 1, 2, 3, tap. 1, 2, 3, tap. Now instead of tapping the toe right there, we'll reach the heel out in front. Let's try that. Heel out in front. 1, 2, 3, heel out in front. Feel the difference between the feet being close like this and then the leg reaching out in front. Feels different for the leg muscles, doesn't it? It's also a little more demand on our core stability, a little bit more demand for oxygen. Now just the heels. Hold the chair, heel, heel. So this is straight out in front of us, in line with our hip joints. How's your posture? Stay tall. Now let's reach one arm forward. The opposite arm reaches out in front. The other hand can hold the chair. Now if you don't feel like you need to hold the chair, then put your hands in your lap. That's always a good guide. Reaching out, like you're reaching out to shake someone's hand. Reach. I said this earlier, but I think it bears saying a second time. If I'm moving faster than you want to move, don't worry about moving this fast. You go at your pace. Let's do 8 more. 7, 6, 2. Now march, right foot, right, left. Pump the arms. Now we'll march out, out, in, and out, out, in. Not too big. Right foot leads, right foot leads. Try not to lean back. Stay tall. One more. Now we tap and we lead with the left foot. Tap, out, out, in. Did you get the change there? Now the left foot is stepping out and in first. Out, out, in. 4 more. 3. 1 more. Now stay here. Take your feet wide, hands on the legs. Inhale, exhale, tip forward. Again. So if your back feels fatigued from holding your torso up and from stabilizing while we moved our legs and arms, don't be surprised. That's okay, that's not a bad thing. Now we come forward with our feet a little more narrow and we hold here, resting your forearms above your knees. Let's call this child's pose. If you'd like, you can scoop your arms under, but check it out. Don't collapse your knees in, okay? So you're resting your torso either on your legs or you're resting your forearms on your legs. Now take your hands on your thighs and help yourself up. Open up your legs. We want one hand on the leg. We're going to reach underneath and grab either our paper plate or our flying disc or our lid to a storage jar, storage bowl, or we're getting our soft cloth. I'm on a hard floor, so you see me with a soft cloth. Put it down. Bring your feet even and straight. You're on the tiptoes of your right foot. It's under your right foot. Now let's just try moving it around a little bit. If this is your first time sliding, I just want you to feel what it feels like. It feels nice, doesn't it? Kind of smooth. Let's try it with the other foot. Just move it around in a random pattern. See if it's right for you. Does it feel pretty good? I like it because it feels different than marching or sitting or any other type of exercise, really. Okay, let's do a little pattern here. I always like to start with twists. So we're twisting our right leg. You're on your tiptoes. Let's go kind of slow. Twist in, twist out. Knee and toes, knee and toes. Remember we did this earlier when we were moving our legs apart and closer together? Well, this should feel different though. It should feel smoother. Now let's stop and we'll switch. In and out, in, out. So the movement happens from the hip, but it affects your leg all the way down, all the way through to your toes. Because our bodies are integrated, and what moves up here affects down here. Switch. Now let's push forward and back with the toes pointing. Forward and back. Just straight forward. Now, are you holding on? It's okay if you are. If you're not holding on, though, you have your hands in your lap. Let's switch. Forward and back. So, conditioning, toning and shaping the muscles in our legs. Right now it's our hip flexors and our quadriceps, a little bit of hamstrings when we pull back. You can feel your legs working. Now switch. Let's go diagonal out to the side this way with the right foot out and in. We're still pointing the toes. Now you might feel like your torso wants to get involved. If it does, that's okay as long as you feel secure and stable on your chair. Now switch. Diagonal out this way. Out, in. This is why we always want to have a lot of room around us. We don't want anything to get in our way. We want to fully express our exercise, right? Now switch. This time we're going straight out to the right. So hold the chair at first. Go out and in. So we're holding on to the chair because there is a little bit of sort of a forward lean that has to take place here. And we always want to be safe, stable in our chair. One more. Let's switch. Straight out this way. Reach out, come in. Now, if you're not using anything to slide with, that's okay. You can do this just with your shoe, right? It doesn't feel as slick and slippery, but it still works. Okay, now we switch. We're going to do one of each. Straight ahead with the right foot. Now out at the diagonal. Straight out to the side. And then switch feet. Step on, straight ahead first, diagonal, straight out to the side, and then switch. Same pattern, here we go. Out, diagonal, side, switch. Can you do it? Forward, diagonal, side. Is that tempo okay for you? Front, diagonal, side. Again, I can feel my hips and legs working. I hope you can too. 1, 2, 3, switch. Forward, out, out, and one more time over here. All right, come in. Put it between your feet. Inhale, hands on your legs. Exhale, hinge forward. Again, keep your back long and straight. even when you're here, long and straight. One more. All right, now our next move involves both feet on whatever you're using for sliding. So you have to have it in a size that's appropriate for both of your tiptoes to fit on. So if you're using a paper plate, shouldn't be a problem. If you're using a dessert-sized paper plate, use two, one for each foot. Okay? And if you have to unfold your cloth, unfold your cloth. Now hold on, forward and in. Let's go a little bit diagonal. Expect this to be challenging. Expect to not go as far. Center, forward again. A little bit diagonal, just a little. You feel how you have to stabilize through your middle to do this? Let's do it again, straight ahead. Diagonal. Straight ahead. Are your shoulders relaxed? Try to make them relaxed. Okay, now even tougher. We're just going to go side to side. So start this way. Side, over towards your chair leg, and then the other side. So you don't have to go much beyond your chair leg. Over, center, over. So see how you're using your arms perhaps to stabilize and to help you control what your legs are doing? So this is a full body exercise right now while we're sitting. You gotta love that, right? Side, center, side, center. Four more. Two and one. Now once again, you're on either side of the towel or whatever you're using. Separate your legs, inhale, exhale forward. We're going to stay forward for a moment, but remember, straight line from the crown of your head to your tailbone. Now we come up. Put it underneath your right tiptoes. Take your left leg out so it's in line with the corner of your chair. Make sure that you haven't slid back. I had slid back a little bit, so I moved forward. Now we do a big arc. Sweep over to this foot, and then sweep out to the side. Sweep over. Sweep over. Now can you add the same side? Arm, sweep, and sweep. Make it smaller than this if that's better for you. Remember, this is your session, so make it right for you. Now we switch. Take this leg out, right here, sweep out in a big arc and around. Add the arm, out and over. Let's do a couple more here. Brace with your stationary leg. Brace with your core, your torso muscles. All right, and then let's come in. Woo! Let's support with one hand on the leg. Pick that up just for a moment so we can bring our feet together. And then rest your forearms on your legs or wrap your arms under your legs. And then push off your legs with your hands. Let's take this and place it once again here. Leave it right there. Slide to the front edge of your chair. Hold on. We did this in the warm-up, but now we're doing it here with this. Put your tiptoes on it toward the front edge of it. Okay, so not back here, here. Now we go back. Are you there? And then we go forward, until you're on your heel, if you can get there. Toes. Slide back. Don't worry about how far back you go. You just do what feels right for you. And then forward. And then back. And then forward. How about two more? Really enjoy this range of motion work. We're very warm right now, so it's a great time to do flexibility work and range of motion training. Now let's be extra careful here. Put it in front of your chair. Make sure you're not standing on it while you change sides. Put your toes toward the front edge, and let's start by going back. Back, and forward, onto the heel if you can. Got to get mine going. Back, forward. Make sure that you're still holding on to the degree that you need to feel comfortable. We want to focus on the leg. We don't want to think about losing our balance while we're sitting here. One more. All right. Support with one hand on your leg. Get your towel or whatever you're using. Put it under your chair. Let's take a hydration break. And then make sure it goes back underneath, out of your way. All right, face me. Slide to the front edge of your chair. Move your feet forward as well. Flex one foot, bring the leg forward. Hold on to the back of the chair, pull your shoulder blades back, and then lean forward. So it's really important that your foot, your left foot is here supporting you, so there's no chance that you'll tip forward. Make sure that you don't tip forward. Tipping your chair forward is not a good idea. Can you draw your shoulder blades a little closer to your spine? You can soften your elbows here. Can you hold a little higher on the back of your chair? And then can you flex your right foot a little bit more? And then let's release that and we'll switch. So foot and heel and hands. And then leaning forward without tipping your chair. Feel the stretch down the back of your straight leg. Feel the stretch in the front of your shoulders and through your chest. And then let's release that. Sit all the way up. Scoot back a little bit. Crossing ankle over ankle, leaning forward, or ankle over knee and leaning forward. Leaning forward, as always, with a neutral spine. Let's flex the foot here, this top foot. And then sitting all the way up and switch. Remember the option of keeping your foot down. One of the things I love about sliding is that it feels so good. It's so smooth and fluid. It's one of my favorite things about it. Another thing that I love about sliding is that we can train balance, core stability, mobility, strength, and endurance all at the same time, which is obviously amazing. I'm glad you were here doing this with me. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. All right, and then we'll sit all the way up. Take your feet apart, about shoulder width. Right hand on the chair, left arm over, stay here. And then we'll go to the other side, up and over, support with your hand, reach up and over. Let's come back to the center with the shoulders relaxed. Press your palms together and go side to side a couple times to get a little wrist stretch, a little forearm limbering. And then walk your feet in, knees together. You're still sitting straight and tall. Look over one shoulder, hold here. And then we'll turn the other way. Let's come back to the center now. Roll your shoulders back and down. So how did you do? By performing sliding, as I said, we're able to train all of those things at the same time. Balance, stability, endurance, strength, and mobility. Thanks for being here with me. But more importantly, thank yourself because you took some time to take care of you. I'll see you next time.